if you have a pulse and you're healthy, you need to be working. You come to our country. First, they have to go through the system. So I'll give you an example how the system's getting worse through the federal government, not better. You know, they say they issued 70,000 work permits. Well, we have 90,000 people coming in, and altogether there's about 139,000. David, do you have the numbers down better? I think across the country you're mentioning over 280,000 backlogged. I'm very concerned, which the Prime Minister never mentioned to me, about cutting off the funding in literally a month in September for everyone in the hotels. I have quite a few asylum seekers in the hotel in our area and across, especially in Niagara and other areas. The federal government has to go in there and find out who's eligible. You know, the whole system has to have integrity. Who's eligible, who's not. We're a very welcoming country, very welcoming province, and I've always said, people come here, they come here, and it's a privilege to be a Canadian. You go out there, you work hard, and you contribute to society, and you pay your taxes. What's very concerning to me is that we're spending $1 billion, and I've had a few phone calls about, oh, you're not handing out work permits to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's just not happening. What we are doing is when we're spending $1 billion and it's taking 2 years, and people are sitting there, not because they don't want to work, because they don't have a work permit. So that's $1 billion there. Then the feds are adding another $1 billion on accommodations. And if they get rid of that, that's another $500 million, a burden that falls on the taxpayers of Ontario. And I just go back to, again, if you're here, if you're healthy, you need to be working, you need to be contributing to society, you need to be contributing to the tax base. And what else is happening? A lot of these folks that are here, they want to work. We're paying them to sit around, which is crazy. But then they're out there standing on certain corners within the city, and contractors will come by, pick them up, and they're paying them cash under the table. So we're losing a tax base on that. And these people have come here for a better life. And if they truly aren't asylum seekers, and they aren't being threatened in their own country, that's up to the federal government to make sure they're very clear. The people that aren't here based on that, they need to move forward and go back and then reapply through the immigration process.
Premier, maybe you can just clarify that. What I heard last week was we're taking over the issuing of work permits for people who are claiming refugee status. What I'm hearing today is, no, we're not doing that. That's too complicated, and you misspoke last week. Can you explain why the total reversal here?
Yeah, so what I'm saying, we aren't taking it over, but the people that are there, that are sitting there collecting, they're collecting welfare, they're collecting free schooling, free health care and everything. I want them working. And if we can support the federal government, maybe they don't have the capacity to handle it, we're willing to do that. I just want people to be out there working. Do I want the whole immigration system on the shoulders of the province? No. Would I like to be treated the same way as Quebec? Yes. And so would every other province and territory. But we have to start getting people to work. These are healthy people that want to work, and they're sitting in a hotel room for 2 years, and they're unable to work.